Hi everyone, welcome back to project number 4 on World Card Making Day. This project number 4 is featuring the Modern Heart stamp set out of the annual catalog. When I first got the catalog, this one just really spoke to me for some reason. I really like the sentiments in there. And we're going to use the Rich Razzleberry and one of our new sparkly embossing powders. So we need a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. This is our card base. I've already folded it. And then the piece that we're going to stamp our heart on is 3 by 4 3/4. And this is our shimmery white cardstock. So the first thing I'm going to do is use our little embossing buddy. I'm going to give this a good rub just so that we can reduce any static and make sure that embossing powder doesn't go where we don't want it to go. So I'm going to use the Versamark ink. Now Versamark ink is just a watermark ink, so you're not going to see it on this paper, but when you do it on darker paper, it basically is just a darker shade of the whatever paper you're working on. But it stays tacky a little bit longer, so it's good for using when embossing. So there is our heart. And this is our Shimmer Black Stamping Emboss Powder. And you can see all the little sparkles in there. It's so pretty. And I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper and just dump it right over the top. There. And there you go. And there's our little heart. Alright, so let's put this back in here before I make it a mess everywhere. And I'm going to set this aside because we're going to need it one more time. Actually, I'm going to put the cover on it because I'm going to hit it with the heat tool, and knowing me, I will blow it and it will go everywhere. So this is our heat gun, or a heat gun that I had. This is not Stampin' Up! Heat gun, but it takes just a couple seconds to heat up. After you feel like it's nice and hot, we're going to hit the embossing powder, and you'll see, you may not see on camera, but it does melt, and that shimmer stays behind. You don't want to stay in one place too long. You don't want to scorch your paper. And it doesn't take very long. Because these lines are thin, it's harder to see when it's all melted. So I'm just going to give it a good shot all over. Set my heat tool aside. And then I'm going to take the sentiment that I want to use, which is So Happy for You. And I'm again going to use the Versamark. Ink it up. I'm going to go right under the heart. There. And then I'm going to come back in with the embossing powder. We're going to go right over the sentiment. Now we shouldn't have too many scragglers because I use that embossing buddy, but if you do, you could use a paintbrush or something to brush away the little pieces that you don't want on there. All right, I'm going to set this aside. This is not for the person who doesn't like sparkly things, because it does get a little sparkly, but it's so pretty, so worth it. Alright, so now we're going to melt the So Happy for You. Go. So you can see all the little sparkle in there. It's very pretty. Alright, so I'm going to take my Stampin' Blends, and I just used the Rich Razzleberry, and I just sort of staggered my color. You could color this all in and just shade it around the edges. You could color individual boxes. I sort of just did it in stripes. I had one that I done, and I actually cased the catalog. They have a really pretty one in the catalog that's all rainbow, and that one's really pretty. And I will be sure to mess this up, so I'm going to do one color and then alternate to the next one. I think that was the hardest part, was deciding which squares to color with which color marker. Hope you guys are getting some creative time today during World Card Making Day. A day all about creativity and fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and share my videos today. The projects that I'm making, each video will be going out in the mail to someone in a drawing at the end of the day. It's always nice to get a little happy mail. You can use the host code up at the top. Up here, you could also be entered into the drawing for the free stamp set. So $25 purchase or more get you entered into the free stamp set drawing. And if you're looking to have a little creative fun with friends or family or whomever you'd like, I do take this show on the road, so I would bring all the supplies and come to you if you'd like to book a class or an in-home party. And those who confirm and set up a date with me during World Card Making Day, or actually during the weekend, this weekend, will be entered into the drawing. I have another stamp set that I'm looking to give away. The thank you stamp set that I showed in my very first video today. If you go check out that video, you can see what stamp set I'm talking about. Okay, so there is that. It's all colored in. So then I wanted to hit it with a little bit more color. So I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper here, and I'm going to take two colors. I'm going to use my Rich Razzleberry and my Bermuda Bay. You can see I used two different colors in the background there. And to get this effect, all I did was squeeze a little ink into the cover of the stamp pad. And I'm going to squeeze a little water to make sure my brush is a little wet. And I'm going to pick up some ink, and I'm going to use the cap. Hopefully I'm in frame here so you can see. I'm just going to use the cap, and I'm going to flick some of that color on the background. And I could do that all day, so I have to tell myself, Heidi, stop, you can have it all filled in. It was just supposed to be for a little effect. Okay, and then I'm going to take some Bermuda Bay and do the same. Make sure that I have some ink in the cover. Just squeeze a little bit. Get some ink in the cover. And get a little bit extra ink there. And flick on some Bermuda Bay. Alright, I'll set that side. Now I'm going to take some black ribbon. I'm going to use a couple pieces of tear and tape here. Take one on each side. And flip this little piece over. Put one here. Put one here. I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the bottom like this. And then I'm going to take some more tear and tape and I'm going to go over the top of that ribbon just to make sure it's stuck in there, sandwiched in there. And one across the top. And there we go. And then I'm going to just make a little bow with my black ribbon here. And disclaimer, this is not Stampin' Up! Ribbon. I'm all out, so it's just some that I had on hand. Alright, made my little bow. Trim it off, and I'm gonna glue that on with a little glue dot. And stick it right there on my card. Trim it off a little bit here. And there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to take these little, to finish it off, my little gems that I have on there. And I'm going to take the dark, rich Razzleberry alcohol marker. And these alcohol markers are great because you can actually color in the pearls or even these little gems. You can see that it colors them in really nicely. And you can let it dry a little bit and layer the color on. Because they're alcohol, they dry pretty quickly. All right. Put one. There we go there. All right, then to finish it off, I just added a couple little hearts on the inside. That's optional. That's all optional, really. But I just wanted to tie the inside into the outside. You could line the inside of this with a piece of that shimmery white paper to tie it all together. But the rich raspberry is not super dark, so you could still write on the inside of this and people would see it. All right. So there we go. Project number 4. Using the modern heart and the shimmery black. I don't know if you can see that, but the shimmery black embossing powder. Super, super cute. I hope that you're playing along today and that you're being creative and finding some fun things to do, making some cards today. I'll be back again in a couple hours with another super cool project. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.